Hello again, Vinyl Community. This is Matt, and my new tuner has arrived. For those of you who haven't been following the story, it's been a little bit of a saga. So I'll give a quick overview of the situation. So several weeks ago, on eBay, I ordered a Pioneer TX-410 tuner, and here it is, right there. Now, listen to that. That sound you can hear is the assembly for the tuning knob that completely disintegrated, and there's also a something else that snapped off inside. So this came and there's a big dent on the side, and it was packaged horribly. Seller was a total jerk. I ended up losing my money on it. That's a whole story. You can check my previous videos to see how that panned out. Fast forward a couple more weeks, and I ordered a Pioneer TX-520 tuner, which is this. And this actually arrived 4 days ago on Monday. And at first glance, it looked like it was working fine. The seller packaged it beautifully. I can't fault how it was packaged. Completely surrounded in bubble wrap. It was completely packed down with peanuts, with packing peanuts, and I looked at it. I thought, great. And at first, it seemed to be working, except for one minor detail: FM stereo doesn't work on it. And I've tried everything I can think of. I've taken it, well, when I say taking it apart, I've taken the lid off. I sprayed contact cleaner over everything. I've tried adjusting the there's a little potentiometer in here for the FM sensitivity. I've tried adjusting that, thinking, okay, maybe it is picking up an FM stereo signal, but because of the FM muting, the sensitivity is set so high that it's just not quite ever shutting off the FM muting and being able to play the audio. But no amount of fiddling with it seemed to do anything, and so at least with this one, the seller did refund half the money. Go figure. And again, I probably could have filed a case with eBay and won, but I don't know. It was 50 bucks. I got 25 back. I don't know. So now here we are, 3 tuners later. I have a box right here that should be, with a bit of luck, the Pioneer TX-610. So we've gone from 410 to 520 to 610. All slightly different models, but they all have one thing in common: they're all analog tuners. And I wanted an analog tuner because, well, I had one before with my Kenwood setup, but I always kind of preferred them. I just like the manual hands-on approach, having to manually move the dial. There's just something about it that's always appealed to me. So I'm going to go and open the box right now. We've got a kind of a live unboxing. Down here I have my old Kenwood amp that I have set up so that I can hook the tuner up to test it out. That's what I did with the TX-520. Got some headphones ready to go. And yes, I am wearing pajamas, but you know what? It's like 11 p.m. at night. I didn't get back home from work until 9 p.m. and so what are you gonna do? I make no apologies for it. So, I got some scissors. Let's take a look. I did send the seller a message as soon as I bought this, saying please package it nicely, because, you know, and I told him I've had some issues. I don't know, it seems okay. It's got fragile stickers on it. There's a lot of tape on it, so hopefully that's, you know, hopefully that's a good sign. You know, to be honest, I'm not too optimistic given the way this has gone so far, but hey. And the cost of this was, let me think, 50 some odd dollars and some change. I think it was like $35 or $40 plus shipping, but the shipping was cheap because it came from California, so I didn't have to come too far. And I only bought it on Monday, and here we are Friday, so it's really quick shipping. So let's see. Okay, at first glance it looks pretty good for the packaging. It's definitely surrounded in some kind of foam, so that's good. Okay. Looks like it's cushioned at the ends as well. So far I think we're doing okay. Okay, also, yeah, it's also well padded underneath, that's good. I know, aren't you guys in suspense? I know I am. And again, it really wouldn't be so suspenseful if there hadn't been for the previous issues that I've had. But this is really well packaged. Look at all this wrapping. I'm unwinding it right now. It's really, it's a really good sign, hopefully. And well, I've just gone through the first entire layer. We've got even more on here. The seller didn't send me a message back to say, okay, yep, no problem, I'll package it well. Maybe he just always does. I don't know. But yeah, if this turns out to be damaged or anything, I don't know what the next step is, you know. Hopefully third time's a charm. Again, we're still getting through the rolls or the layers of this this roll of white foam here, which is good. And this stuff's as good as bubble wrap if you wrap it in enough layers. Alright, we're getting close. This might be even better wrapped than the TX-520 was. I mean, I'm still unwinding this. Check this out. This is crazy. Oh wait, here we go. There we go. And it was described as being in mint condition. Mint condition might mean different things to different people. Okay, well, at a glance, it looks good. Here we go. No obvious signs of damage. Tuning indicators moving. All the knobs are intact. I don't see any dents, so that's good. A couple of very minor little marks on the top of the faceplate here, but those are going to be pretty well hidden anyway. A couple of little minor scratches on the metal, not a big issue. I have stainless steel cleaner which cleans it up a lot. So, and yeah, I mean, just check out the amount of wrapping that was surrounding this thing. It's kind of crazy. Look at all that. Alright, now we're going to test it. And it's it's funny. This is like the TX-520. It's got a tiny RCA lead. Of course, this was originally being part of a system. But have you ever seen a cable as short as this? Look, that's it. So again, assuming it works, I'm gonna have to go in through the side on my rack instead of going out through the back, because it's not gonna reach the amp if I go through the back. And I don't have any RCA extenders. Okay. Power cables are nicely tied up. That's good. And it's gonna need cleaning. Assuming it works before I put it in the rack, I'll wipe it all down. I'll use the stainless steel cleaner on the faceplate. Okay. And I have an AM antenna and an FM antenna back here behind me. So let's Let's get those hooked up. Let's start with the FM because that was kind of my nemesis last time. I'm gonna put this up here. Okay. Move this in a little bit closer. Okay, let's get this hooked up. Yeah, you see, I knew I'd forgotten something for this video. Screwdriver, so I could screw in the antenna. Okay, so I didn't want you guys to have to sit through and watch me attach the antenna and everything. So that's all done. AM and FM, actually, they're both hooked up. And so let's see. I've got this thing all plugged in. It's hooked up to the amp. So let's see what happens. Okay. You ready? Okay. Power's on. That's good. That's good. Okay, right now it's set to AM. So let's make sure we get an AM signal. So I'm going to turn the amp on. You guys won't be able to hear it. I'm going to put these headphones on real quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, so AM seems to be working. It's not picking up signals that great, but that's probably because I got the AM antenna actually on the floor right here, so it's not up high enough. So now let's check out the FM. Right now it's on mono, so we're gonna put it on FM stereo. And let's see. This is a moment of truth, right? We have stereo. Bon Jovi. Well, you know what? Third time's a charm. Jeez. Okay. So, everything looks really good. This has a really interesting tuning mechanism, a tuning level indicator. So, I'm going to go and put this in the rack. It's probably going to take me, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to have to grapple with this really short RCA cable like I did with the TX-610. So I'm going to go put it in the rack, and then we'll have a little look, and you guys will be able to have a better listen. I knew that bit of music would come in handy one day. So, hallelujah, the tuner is in, it's set up, it's working well. And yeah, let's put it on. Let's switch the record off.
For a used car, but not sure where to start your search? How about Cola Cars?
It's working really great.
With low miles at the right price. Or
yeah, fits in well. Looks great with the rest of the setup. But yeah, I mentioned that this tuner has a really interesting tuning meter, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me pick the camera up here. We'll come in closer. So the tuning meter is actually built into the tuning indicator here. I don't know if you can really tell, but when we start moving this, notice the needle in the middle here. moving as it goes in and out of tune. It's really unique. I mean, usually the tuning indicator will be you know, built into the main faceplate, or, you know, the main chassis somewhere. But yeah, it's really kind of unique. I've never seen another tuner like that, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Finally, while I was getting this set up, I took the opportunity to finally hook up my auxiliary cable, which I didn't have set up before because I didn't have any free slots in the amp. You know, I had the 2 tape decks, the tuner, the CD player, and the turntable, of course. But now that I have the graphic equalizer, that has 2 tape inputs. So now I have both the tape inputs going into the equalizer. The equalizer, of course, goes into the tape number 2, the tape loop on the amp. But that's still left a free slot, so I've now put the auxiliary cable in. So I have that going to the computer. So now if I want to put on Spotify or YouTube or whatever, listen to some music clips, I can do that. Or I could hook it up to my iPod, you know, plenty of options. So let's take a look at how the setup looks in the... Okay, so here's the setup now. Looking pretty good. There's the turntable, then the amp, tuner, cassette, equalizer, and 8-track. And yeah, the tuner goes really well with everything else. There's our amp at the top, tuner sitting on top of the cassette right there. And yeah, and I still love the look of this amp, the spectrum analyzer on it. I think it looks kind of amazing. And there's the 8-track going at the bottom there too. And a nice VU meters bouncing along. So yeah, I think we're basically set. Let me turn this on for a second. So yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. Bit of you too. There we go. Excellent. Alright guys, well thanks as always for watching. I'm gonna leave it right here. And appreciate you guys sticking with me through this whole tuner saga. But all's well that ends well. It's turned out alright. And yeah, until next time. Thanks guys.